Mirage it is to close it, and I think it's a perfect map. You've got Crims and JW who absolutely love it. And NRG that looks spectacular. Moses talked about the shutdown defense on Train.
Well, here we go, and then 3 players towards top and middle. They've smoked off Connector already, the Molotov towards the window. It's a very technical approach from NRG, and they're focusing that B split. Exist trying to hold them off. Great smoke, JW. He'll get the first frag. They're going to have to push forward here. Exist can't find him. A Twist certainly can. On for his third. Can he find the final headshot? Not going to happen, but he's done damage.
JW waiting. Bomb is dropped, it's by the Arches. He stands pretty much on top of it to try and take down Daps and Tarek. They find kills instead, and suddenly Crims, although the high HP exists with him, even with the other two combined, has to suddenly work alone. He's caught them going catwalk. Interesting decision to chase rather than go to the site directly, because it gives him the lineup through Connector. Even with the smoke down, he was desperately close to the first shot. But Daps gets it planted and rotates away. Tarek, very passive, and Crims misses the jump. In some ways, that might be better off for him, because now Tarek can't just watch the vent and has to crawl back through it. That lets Crims go all the way by toward the sandwich. And Tarek's gonna do the same. He'll wrap back around, get to Connector, and close in on Crims. He does have a kit, and he's on it. Tarek jumping, he's gotta check that. He hasn't held it, Crims. He wants the fight instead. If he did hold it, he would have been about 4 seconds on that.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad attempt. Might have been worth holding it, but it will be NRG with the initial B split doing a great job trading at those frags. Fnatic couldn't do much about it, leaving Crims at a 2-on-1. The bomb goes down towards it as they fell back, and then Crims couldn't do much about it. Went for the full defuse. It all started to fall apart, and this was the moment. It looked like Twist might have done enough there. One more kill could have secured the round, but Tarek doing all the work towards B. Oh, in the meanwhile, it's going to be bomb planted at A. Tarek to finish things off. 1-0 for NRG at this stage as Fnatic take a pretty much full eco, but it's working out for them so far. Crims open things up with a USB headshot. He gets a second kill as well, somehow. I don't know how this is going on, but now a 3 versus 3. Damage inflicted and no guns recovered on the Fnatic side.
So Ethan already out from the underpass. Cut it to Tarek. He played the vents last time to confirm that he wasn't rotating through checker. Exist, or rather, excuse me, Crimson, and then closed down behind him, so he did everything he needed to do to play for information. That's what Fnatic need right now in this round, however, and Crims is doing it again. He's all the way up toward Palace. He knows he can't hear anyone now at A main or in the Palace directly itself, so they have to be coming in from Connector. And with 2 on B, they instantly confirmed it's A, but how do they approach the situation with no armor? A Deagle, 2 players that have nothing to lose, Crims and Exist. Although I say that there is a Mac 10, you gotta keep that in mind. You don't wanna give away too much money. But they can make it expensive, even just being around when the bomb's about to blow up, if it goes that far.
Hold them towards the site, and Ethan's very ready for this headshot. He delivers it with ease, no problem there. It's going to be Twisted Exist. Just trying to do what we said. Just trying to hold them on the bomb side, do some damage here. There might be a frag available, but Ethan, he'll get his third of the round. It's going to be Exist with the Galil. Actually a pretty viable weapon if he wants to save the cash going forward. No problem saving that, and he absolutely will. He makes his way towards the underpass, and it was Crims on the full eco. Manages to get 2 kills with a USB. That's not bad at all. It will be NRG with a nice lead. The third and final map. Who will be facing Liquid in the grand final? Could be a North American affair if NRG keep this up. The buy comes through. Fnatic do not have the AWP, but it's a bit of a staple on their CT side of Mirage. For Mass for Twist. 2 AWGs and M4, and that saved Galil. Decent utility here. But NRG with the Mac 10, they'll be looking to continue a fast pace here, I'd imagine.
Bomb left at Horseshoe, Breezy and Ethan. Now the ones with it Exist. Already out on Catwalk. Pop flashes top and a smoke down. Ethan's actually already opened up on Crims. But Exist isn't going beyond the mark of the corner. So he hasn't peeked up to see who's at the boxes, and JW smoked off as he is inside. A Connector has backed away. That means NRG by default pretty much have mid. Looks like they want to retake it though. JW's waiting, and Exist being with Twist. Watch for a late repeak. And Ethan and Breezy are going to have to be pretty spectacular in their positioning and timing. Exist as well. He can watch toward the cubby. Actually giving it up. I thought they were going to commit to it. I thought flash out, peek, take back mid late. And there was no one inside of the B apartments at the time to really capitalize on it. Tarek had already committed to going into the underpass. With Daps in Palace, Tarek underpass leaving B side. Expect that this could be an A hit. Tarek's going to even lurk. He may go late to B. They may hold even, perhaps, because he's got his move on now. No longer walking it, he's trying to get in position faster. Single nades from far back in the courtyard, and then a presence immediately following. They're rotating onto it. Daps gives up Palace. I'm surprised by that. Such a good position to have late, but they find the pick on JW. Broland backside still finds one to return. Tarek needs a kill, but the smoke down exists actually has the advantage. He can play the edge of it and spot the headshot before he arrives, and no one else can do damage onto him, but he's got to give up that position to defend the inside of the site. He's done exactly that. 7 seconds, and Tarek is gone as well. Exist reads it perfectly and plays it, although off a dead teammate. The information works in his favor.
Exist has been fragging out of his mind in this tournament. Beyond expectations for sure, and that was a round where NRG looked comfortable. They made their way towards B. They were running out of time, and Exist with the perfect hold. The Galil saving the previous round as mows them down. I love you, Henry. That's nice. Don't not take it out of it. No, don't! My one fan.
You broke my heart with that too.
Oh, it hurts. That cuts me deep. Just wait till tomorrow, guys. Just wait till tomorrow. That's it. I've had enough now. Unbelievable.
He goes to the sickest land and gets the hottest chicks, all right, guys? He's definitely not a wanker.
It will be NRG buying up into this round. 3 pistols, 2 rifles, and they have got the smokes, the flashbangs to work with. This will be the A execution. Watch out for the smokes towards jungle, the steps, Molotov and Shadow, flashes towards CT spawn, and Sark, he has to be the linchpin here. He's got the only AK-47. He's known as the AWPer, but he's not a one-trick pony by any means. He's very capable with this rifle. We'll see if he can crack things open. There are the smokes, the flashes coming through, and NRG will make their final commitment.
Broland smokes in front, drops off ticket rather than trying to catch them out. 52 seconds. It's not like it was worth it to sacrifice himself to try and deny the plant. They're better to play the retake and better for it because they found the early pick. JW getting the only kill so far. Furthermore, they find damage onto Cirque and put him on 48. AK in his hands is going to have to step out. I like Breezy's position on this. No one working in from jungle means he can focus CT. Or can he? JW immediately checks it. AK does find one, but Daps goes down, Cirque follows. He couldn't cross back to Textris, and it will be the defuse. Fnatic tying the game early on.
That's absolutely true. A solid defense there. NRG with a force buy did what they could. They managed to get that bomb planted. A couple of kills is all they can find now, and Fnatic are very, very comfortable indeed. We will see the AWP picked up. It's JW with that in his hands. All's available on the AK for Exist, and presumably this will be the eco now, as NRG averaging about $2,500 per player. PT50 and 1 smoke is all they have available to them. That will be useful in trying to get that bomb planted. Bomb for now. Let them out for the B apartments as they go into a bit of a default formation, waiting for any CT aggression. We know that Deagles can be incredibly powerful on the NRG side. Tarek takes a little bit of damage out of the HE grenade, and Twist looking to challenge. He's only got the MP9. There it is. The first shot comes through. It's Broland to go down. That was actually in CT spawn. Breezy hit that at A ramp. That is one hell of a shot.
It's the start. Watch for Krems. He's in his position. Cirque top of middle. Not going to be able to do much from that range should the odd peek against him. But the fact that they've gotten sandwiched so early gives Breezy room to work. The smoke down, he may have lost Daps. The smoke down means Breezy can get closer to the AWP, and I thought he might be able to catch JW off. Instead, though, the AUG sticks back out. Tarek get Krems on his own. He's got the bomb for what that's worth because there's low HP and Exist. If he had found that as well, might have been on for something surprising, but instead, Fnatic take the lead for the first time on Mirage. Early on, though, and the guns are back out for NRG.
NRG certainly do have the guns here, Matt. AK-47s across the board. It's Cirque yet to bring out the sniper. MP9 for Twist. Making his way towards B with Exist. A set up for now. Daps, Breezy, and Ethan outside of the map with the bomb. Utility exchange towards middle. 2 players there. That's Tarek and Cirque. Trying to fend off any potential aggression. Crims, synonymous with the connector position. Always here, always so deadly. Brandon will be joining him. He'll watch towards the underpass as they have a lovely little crossfire there. Able to back up the A bomb side required. You see JW, AWP at the back of CT Swarm. Incendiaries deployed to deny the boost. As time ticks away, so does the smoke. Crims might have the full back at this stage as Crims is getting a lot of aggro from all angles here. He nails the first shot. Needs to be careful from Cirque. Oh, the nade.
Crims, though, doesn't care about nades on the off wings. He just wants to strike as fast as he can in the AUG. Brolin to follow it up, and Cirque went down. They're looking flat on the NRG side. They may have even had the window, but that was sorted. Crims again, 3rd kill for him, and they're going to have to potentially call a timeout soon. If they can't get anything going, they're going to give way too much of this half away before they even get an answer.
Nothing going on here at all. Daps is, at this stage, looking for a consolation frag, and he's not going to get it. Crims will extend their lead now, 4-2. NRG didn't really bring much at all to the number 6.
No, they haven't. And Crims, with that 4 kills, with those 4 kills, goes up to 8 in total to lead the way. JW will most likely be the primary opera CT side throughout. So Twist and him, in a bit of a hybrid theory, will swap back and forth throughout.
Absolutely.
But this map, like I say, on CT, JW loves it.
Well, they won't be loving this, NRG that is, because they've only got those Desert Eagles again. Breezy's capable of hitting some brilliant shots, but you need more than one to even get close to a bomb site here. Tarek's hoping that the CTs will be pushing towards top and middle, but when you've read that their money's going to be low, it's the last thing you want to do. You want to make sure that you're keeping the range in your favor, enabling crossfires, and making sure you utilize the buddy system at all times. Should be a slow-paced round from what we can see. There's no utility, so it's unlikely NRG really find anything from this. Breezy's got armor. Spending a little bit more money than his teammates here as they make their way towards the underpass. JW, wary of the boost, he'll be just probing towards middle, checking it every now and then and just seeing if he can get some intel. Oh. There's the boost, and he nails the close-range shot.
It's almost a scary situation out of a Scream movie when you turn around and suddenly there's someone staring at you. The head appeared in front of him, but he reacted accordingly and just clicked mouse 1. That's all he had to do, and it's that big. JW, well, now back to the corner. Corner boost instead means that Cirque spammed in with the Deagle, but they rotated in a second player. Crims needed tons of damage, and JW never had to vacate the position, so he can still hold off on middle while Broland knows they're going to be working up connector, finds the headshot onto Cirque. Tarek tagged, removed, and another flat round. Not a lot to work with in terms of weapons that side from NRG, but they're still not getting a lot of map control.
5-2 Fnatic. Looking extremely comfortable. NRG haven't really convinced me they can make much of a dent here so far. Starting to drop off in pace. AK's come out. Remember, we haven't seen a single Cirque AWP as of yet. He now has $6,300, so almost certainly going to bring it out here as they take the timeout. Like you said, JW, main sniper here. He'll continue to stay on the weapon. Eventually, they'll bring out the secondary orb. But Twist with the AK right now, he's more than happy with that. And Cirque indeed does purchase the AWP. They have their utility. 3rd and final map here of our semi-final. Liquid waiting for tomorrow's game. Remember, a best-of-5 final as well, Matt. We don't see too many of those these days. Be a great test. A fantastic game hopefully lies in store for us.
Yeah, a lot of the Grand Slam ones were best-of-5s, and some of them were convincing, and others went extremely long. New York went 5 maps and was an absolute belter toward the end between Mouse Sports and Liquid. Oof. Liquid will plan another one tomorrow. We'll see if they can capitalize this time. JW close through the smoke, but not quite. May have just clipped the corner. But you've got Broland and Crims already pushed through the A-site and checking for information, which they've attained. There's no one there.
There's absolutely no one there. The problem is they didn't commit towards the T-spawn corner, so they can't be sure. Obviously, they don't have intel towards pallets, so they can't give a clean call and say it's definitely going to be a B-side attack, but it does look to be that way right now. They'll start making their way forward. They've got the smoke down towards the window. They've also smoked off connector. B-split looks probable as the bomb makes his way towards apartments here. They've got up towards short. It's Exist, who's been baited in from Twist at the bench here. It's a nice crossfire. They can work off each other with this setup. You can see Twist can focus towards that short position for now, and they can play off each other as and when required.
JW to find Cirque to open it up. Even when they want to work catwalk, they can't solve middle. Can't solve window, the passive play, although Presence is catching them out when they finally want to execute. It'll be Twist this time, not Exist. He's removed already. It's the pick that shut them down last time. Broland's gonna go for the big flank. Twist. He's trying to buy space. He's done exactly that. Crim's already found Tarek as well, rotating in toward Checker. And JW has the van covered off. NRG are getting nothing done. They're getting shut down at every possibility. And Daps has to have a monster clutch to pull this back. Crims might be tagged, but again, Broland is already above. Bombs down below, but he'll be spotted by Crims on the cross, and it's 6-2. They haven't come anywhere near a bomb plant.
Flats and underwhelming from NRG, right? This is just not the team we know and love. NRG are normally a high-flying, high-fragging, exciting team to watch, and it seems like they've lost their mojo in the third map here. They're going to have to take a partial bite. JW, oh, look at this, it's such easy frags for him. That one was a lot more impressive, to be fair, but NRG just looked very static. Can't really control it. Broland's going to change at the pace. Drops the deep incendiary towards the top. You can see they have no access point towards middle at all. That's the Astralis smoke. As Circle the Tech 9, he's been impressive. That weapon does beat the incendiary, but it seems to be detected here. Crims takes him down, no problem. NRG are dropping off this game rapidly.
Broland has already got top of mid. Smoke at Horseshoe. Ethan can't do anything. And they'll rotate back around to try and support their comrade in that position, but it's underpass now instead. Bottom of the stairs for Broland. Different angle to play with the AUG as the wave makes its way around the building. It's a wave of momentum felt by Exist, perhaps, because he, oh my, with a fantastic headshot, finds Ethan on the third. Benefit of the AUG to make it slightly larger to fire at, but Daps is on his own again, and man, oh man, he's the one they've got to look to. He's got to come up with a plan because NRG are getting absolutely nothing done, and it has to be another timeout.
Timeout at this stage, absolutely. This is absolutely disastrous for NRG. They just look like a different team. Where have they gone? Take the timeout. Let's get the coach involved. Let's start changing things up. Fnatic just have full control of every facet. They don't look like they're up for it at all. Daps does need to rally the troops here. Exist. Look at it. How has he got this sort of vision?
That is stunning for the third.
It's a lovely play from Exist. He has been very good in the individual fragging department. It's something we don't say too often about him. But they have got the guns again this time. Cirque, no AWP. First kill for Exist once again. Flashbang coming through. Exist got that from the window.
All they're doing right now is mid-control, mid-control, mid-control. And I feel like they're...
Again, CTs.
There's no one even watching it. Crimson Broland this time around the corner. This round's almost over. Like, I'm sorry. Unless you overrun Twist right now, there's nothing in this. And I feel like they're being slightly misled. They feel like, well, we're getting mid. That can't be the problem. Surely we just have to go from there. We have to break into the site for a change, which they will try and do now. So hold the thought, because Twist is forced off CT. They might be able to get a plant. But they realize with no one around, they likely have pushed through. And Broland, on the flank as Cirque comes to the realization, already has the shot against him.
Well, at least they have the bomb down here, Matt. It will at least give them a chance. The best one they've had in quite some time. But it is a 5 versus 3 with one of the star players in 22 HP. Crims waiting patiently, and they have no idea the Palace is a prospect, really. Oh, Crims, you can see a couple of players there. There's the first. He's got a second in front of him. Can't quite get it. And that's more like it. A 5-on-3. It wasn't amazing strategically, but they do stick the landing in an individual basis due to Tarek hitting some remarkable shots.
And they get there with the site vacated, and sure, they do well to find the kills in the end. Crims couldn't quite land them. I feel like they're on a false sense of victory, though, getting mid, because every time they've gotten mid, aside from that round, they've been contained. And I feel like they're being misled to think that because they have that, they can keep working it, whereas we aren't seeing the executions on A. We aren't seeing a default with someone at least anchoring the position. Now we might. Maybe them reading that they pushed this time, they want to counter it. And the single smokes that made Crims and Brolan have bought it. So one victory, and Fnatic is trying to adapt, but so too are NRG. Maybe now we'll start to see them win rounds in position.
Faster play, this is what we want to see. Get stuck in and show us that individual skill. Breezy is starting to display what he can do. And there's two opening picks. Crims though, he finds a low HP player. They went for the plant in the open, thinking better of it. They drop off. JW isn't though. That's a hell of a headshot with the AWP.
Tarek does commit. He knew he had to. They'd already lost one from CT, and they lost control of Connector until Ethan arrives. Now they've got it back, and with Tarek having the goal to try and plant it as he did, it is indeed in position for Ethan, who will not make his presence known until it is needed because he's being watched like a hawk by Twist behind. Double op retake. One of them already found and tagged. The other removed. Not anymore. He'll open it up. There's an AK down. JW doesn't even care. He just wants to try and get on it inside of the smoke. They'll need a second one. It is in position, but the time is gone. And the ops, they want to save them. Daps doesn't want to allow them.
Much better from NRG. That's the kind of calls I want to see. Instead of these slow, underwhelming defaults where you're getting picked off one by one, you've got some of the best aimers in North America in your squad. Let's start using them. Let's send them in together and pop some heads with the AK-47s. Assertive play leads to a confident round there from NRG, looking like they actually have something to say in this half now. 7-4, a lot of work to do, but they're now back in the game and it's looking competitive. All it took was a couple of decent rounds after losing 7 in a row. Remember, they won the pistol here as well, got the 2-0, and then it all started to fall apart. Fnatic still with cash, but they'll take a tactical timeout here, bring out the secondary AWP once again. Twist and JW, so scary with that setup. And Cirque 2-10 right now. Needs to start making his mark here on Mirage.
Ethan. Quiet but efficient. He's at 9. If they win this round, no money left for Fnatic. They could completely swing the half. Their bonus on the NRG side is still full, by the way, because it was 7 rounds. -2 leaves you still with 5. Thank you, Valve. Breezy and Daps, they will go back over toward A. They've got presence in Palace. Now we're seeing more default and less just all-out assault on middle. And because of that, you're left with 3 smokes, 4 Molotovs, a plethora of flashes, and a potential to actually do something when you get to the site.
I do like this from NRG. They've realized that let's just stay as a 5-man pack, get those executions in. Nothing too technical. Allow yourself to get into the bomb sites, to start showing what you can do with these AKs. And JW, he's going to be tested here. The flash takes away his aim for a second. It's enough for the smokes to be deployed. And Brolan tucking himself in the corner. This is a difficult spot to play, and Tarek punishes him for it. JW starting to miss some shots now. Bomb to be planted, but Breezy, that's aggressive. This is the team we know and love from the NRG boys. They've got a massive advantage here. And a double AWP on the retake, this does not look possible unless JW can find some of his old school antics here. Not going to happen. Daps will find him. That should be round under lock and key.
Twist has to save it, so it's now going to be 3 in a row for NRG as they pull back in. And like we said, this will limit the money for Fnatic. It builds their bonus as well, ever so slightly. And saving the AWP and the M4 will be instrumental in any chance of buying in the next round, but even then they're going to be very limited. Twist will get Daps to keep himself alive and likewise also give Exist a better chance of saving. But now we've got a game. It looked for a while that we weren't even going to have one. That NRG wasn't going to find an answer, but they've turned it around.
That timeout has seemed to have worked wonders. They looked like they were just playing a different game. They forgot which team they were. Now it looks like they actually have a chance of coming back and winning the half. I really respect the change of plan. And Fnatic now saving the single AWP. We'll see what they can invest into this one. More bonus time to accumulate for them. Twist will have the AWP and Exist with that M4. Certainly enough to win a round. Number 13 coming to the end of the first half now.
Tarek Checks the underpass. Go back to the defaults at mid, but the difference this time is that they at least have Ethan inside of Palace. So if Fnatic think they even want to try and push with these pistols, they've got an answer for it. They're not giving away the map. It's 3 in mid with 1 on either side. The extremities are covered. And Brolan at the door of the Palace. Doesn't look like he wants to go. He could. It's an option, but he's trying to stand in the door for him because that means when they're around the corner, first off, you don't expect someone to be standing directly there, and they're close enough the P250 gets the headshot. Well, I'm glad you've passed kindergarten. That makes me feel a little bit better about you as an audience.
You trying to be a villain here as well, man?
I mean, maybe if they learned to spell wanker, I might start to believe them.
Oh, wow, what do you think about that? They're speechless. They've got nothing left. Well, Dabs has. Opens things up. JW will go down. And Swiss is making that all work as well. It's a 4 versus 3. Cirque. A very quiet game from him, and Twist is being anything but quiet, hitting absolutely everything. There's another one. Tarek down to 16 points of health. He'll have to commit. Trying to find the AWP before his teammates can rotate through. He's in a decent position, and that could be an opportunity to get the bomb down. Cirque with 2. That's now his 4th frag, and that's all he'll find, I'm afraid. 7 seconds remaining, and Fnatic, after giving out 3 rounds in a row, they managed to win out on a save round, essentially. 1 AWP and an M4 and a few pistols, and it actually yields them a victory as we head into round number 14. There'll certainly be enough cash on the NRG side. For another buy, might be a couple of compromises. We'll have a look. This another nursery rhyme they're singing?
This is the national anthem, judging by everyone rising to their feet.
Oh, I see. Sounded a bit odd.
Crims gets out to the smoke. He'll have one behind him, suggestive that they want to emerge from the underpass. He stays forward to make sure that when they do, he's able to capitalize. He's not great out. Flash in, though. He'll be completely blind, but he had the lineup already, and that smoke actually helps him get away. They've done him a favor. Oh, I say that. They caught him. Just barely. Breezy got the shot. JW wants his chance to repeat the situation. Exists, reverse side triple. Even baits a second shot, and Brolan had the cave. He had a main, so once again, going to middle, they leave the gap at the front of the site, and they're not doing anything to accompany the take it connector. If Ethan even had a teammate at a main, potentially you kill Brolan, then you start to swarm on Exist, then you get in there, but instead, Fnatic find number 9.
They absolutely do. They're looking good for double figures as well because the money is running thin. NRG will buy up what they can. I'm seeing Mac 10s, Galils, a few smokes and flashes. That's about it. Round 15 now. 3rd and final map of our 2nd semi-final. Fnatic in the driving seat, but NRG have shown some great signs of life here. Can they get the 9-6 double digits? Would be a tall order to recover from. HG's exchange is Tarek that's taking most of the damage at the start. This is the B execution map. A fast play to close things out.
Twist waits, though. He's got his vision back.
Oh, they faked it.
And his vision is going to reveal no one. That's exactly it. They're going back to connector. Daps needs to get closer and more of the fight. He needs to at least sort that Crims is there. Keep Crims busy. That's your best way through connector. Because Crims wins cave, they lose bomb. There's nowhere to go but into a triangle at this point. Brolan has vent and the bomb covered off. Exist comes out from CT and Crims was there anyway. They've got to do something about the front of the A site. Unfortunately, there's no time left for that. It's round 15. Tarek in a 1-on-5 is how this ends, and he's going to get knifed. JW will do it.
The knife is delivered right between the shoulder blades of Tarek. In the final round, it's going to be Fnatic 10, NRG 5. They've got an absolute mountain to climb to get back in this game, and we're going to have to take a break and see who will be our final grand finalists, and we'll move on.
take it. Yeah, reminding myself to just let go. Don't wonder how far I can fall. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out. Shooting through the clouds, I know it's alright, it's alright. Heavens are the limit now. Let's fight just one more night, one more night. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out.
Perhaps the final half of the evening. Fnatic have a 10-5 lead, but they swap over to the T side. NRG need a better defense than they did have offense. A short spree of rounds, but it was short-lived indeed because Fnatic continued to just shut them down and take so much away at A.
It was nice to see them make a change, though. They were looking so stale. They had no idea how to break down the defense there, but some fast changes, managing to stick together. We saw them get it together. 5 is enough, especially they move it to the CT side. It does require a pistol victory, and we'll see what they can make of it now as Cirque has to defend against 4 in middle. They'll begin to fall back, though, just showing a little bit of presence as they make their way back towards B. Fnatic have 2 smokes, 1 Molotov, and a single flashbang here. And for now, it's all 5 players towards the B side of the map. Crim's going to set up a smoke. And I think they fully commit to this. The smoke's over, the flashbang's coming through. There's only 1 player defending, and that's Breezy. His vision should be taken away now, but he still gets the headshot. He'll remove Brolan from the equation.
Cirque back out, spots 1 at bench. Information for now, because he can't commit that far into the site. Breezy holding his nerve and holding catwalk means that now they can approach the site from 2 positions. But with 1 less man, because Crims found Ethan first. Breezy back in, wants his 3rd. Nope, Crims will equal the task on 2 instead, and the advantage to Fnatic as Exist finds a double, and it's the round, and the lead resumed, but momentum taken with it.
Lovely execution there from Fnatic. We usually see a lot of things focused towards A, but that was a nice B play. 2 smokes on either side of the pillars, managing to take vision away. Breezy still got 1 before the smokes bloom, but you can see how overwhelming that was. Once they got the kill back, they ran away with the round. Round 17. And it's the full eco for NRG here. It's almost certainly going to be 12-5. They've got such an ordeal to get back into this one. Fnatic seems to be the kryptonite of NRG. And so now be Molotov'd out. They have to pounce towards middle. They're taking a ton of damage, but JW caught with the flashbang out. So they'll get a kill, but it's still going to be round for the Swedes because it's a fully open B bomb site here.
Brolan, quick smoke bounced toward the register just to make sure anyone coming in is forced all the way to the left. And he's got the crosshair placement according. The first kill very easily as a result of it, and I don't really think there'll be much more because that's an SMG. So too does Twist have a MAC-10. They don't want to give away too much money. Daps will at least cover off the apartments. They've got Cat as well. If they could get one gun from this, they'll be extremely satisfied. Clever position from Tarek. Flower pot still intact. It gives him an angle to fire at underneath, and he's already on a headshot angle, so it's even more sneaky than just that. But Exist is giving them an escape pattern, and Brolan was even expecting that flower pot was there for a reason. Everyone dealt with. JW the only casualty.
Well, that's the eco out the way, and this is where we get to the bookend of this semi-final. NRG will have no AWP available. They're gonna have to operate with 5 rifles, 1 kit, no incendiaries. If Fnatic pick this round up, that could be it. There won't be any lifelines left. NRG desperately need this one. Cirque, Matt, I have to say 4 and 15 on a map like Mirage is just not good enough. If you want to be a star player, if you want to be a world-class sword player, you need to turn up in the big games. Third and final map hasn't delivered.
Cirque realizing that both arches are smoked off already. Just peeks above them, but the single smoke that went down countered off Fnatic. They're still gonna go. Tarek and Breezy, crossfire set. Tarek covers when they jump out of the window. Breezy's been dealt with. Tarek has Cirque as well, don't forget, and Fnatic certainly won't. Bomb drop, but not all the way inside of the site, just on the balcony, which means Crims and JW finding kills as quickly as they do might be able to recover the situation all on Crims. I said the bomb was on the balcony. I think it did stay. Okay, so it did. So Crims actually committed without it, which gave him less of a chance in the 1-on-2 than was even possible with just the gun, and it's now at least a 6th round for NRG. We'll see if they can build on it.
Much better, but that's the bonus round for Fnatic. They had lesser weaponry. They wanted to keep it fast-paced, and they do pay the price, but they do manage to get out more rifles here. 3 of them to be exact. JW and Crims will have lesser. They've got the UMP and the CZ. You see the fast B approach, the similar sort of smokes we saw before, but this time Ethan, he's turning up. That was a big round for NRG to win, but they're not out of the woods just yet. 4 players setting up for Fnatic towards the A side, but Daps, he gets in the palace here. Even if he doesn't get kills, he's going to be dangerous if there is a post plant, but it might not even get there. Great opening kill from Ethan, and Cirque will join the fragging as well.
Takes advantage of the smokes down. You've already got the first kill off of it. You can strike on the information. He does that and then fades out using their smokes as his own defense. Exist, good damage on top of the site, but is he aware that Cirque is dropped in? It doesn't really matter. He found the kill anyway. Reactive. However, he needs an ace. I don't know how likely that is. Smoke out, caught the lip, blinded out his own position, and Breezy will get the shot back into Exist.
12-7. This is now a very competitive scoreline because Fnatic, they're on eco. Their chances of closing this one out early have been diminished. They have to reel it in, take the full eco now. Round 20 coming through. NRG, just after a couple of round victories, are back into it. They can start to stabilize, but keep this one clean, keep all 5 players alive. They'll have a decent reserve of cash going forward as Fnatic send most of their manpower towards the B apartments. Nothing too fast coming in here. They have 1 flashbang available. That's it.
Ethan waiting with the AK. Good find on the JW, spotting out a second. But paper cuts from far. Pistols in middle. They dink out Breezy as well, but now it's 12-8. They've converted on stealing back the momentum with 3 straight rounds, but now Fnatic will have guns again. Just barely. No AWP as well to note because no one can afford it. Not even a glass cannon.
This is the chance now. Redemption for Cirque. Daps has got the same score with 6 frags, but you don't expect him to be a heavy hitter. This map, CT side, Cirque still has time to make a dent. For me, one of the top 5 AWPers in the game. Needs to show us that right now. This is where it really matters, the semi-final. against their arch nemesis Fnatic. He'll be watching towards middle. Players there. A lot of presence from Fnatic on either side of middle. And exists. Oh, it's Cirque going down. That's unfortunate. Brolan, the preemptive strike through the smoke. It's Ethan trying to answer back here. Needs to get this kill. Two of them available to him. Just need to find the gap. He's not going to get it. And Brolan continuing to show us why he is the prodigal son of CSGO. 5 versus 3 and recovery for Daps now. 2 kills found for NRG.
Daps at CT is going to keep himself alive. Doesn't need to overcommit in this situation. 3-on-3. Needs the rotation more than he needs a kill. Breezy. Find on twist immediately from the connector. Using the AUG and its scope and all its might. What might still happen is that Crims goes unsighted underneath Shadow. That smoke blooming on top of the bomb actually favors him because they can't spot him when they walk in from CT now. He actually could sneak out and catch off a diffuser. His only problem with that is that Breezy is coming over top. Tarek spots him instead and Daps gets the kill in return.
This is looking much better now for NRG. I'm starting to be convincing and bring this back. They lose the first 2 kills of the round. Brolan looks like he's single-handedly done it towards that connector position. He removes Cirque. He takes care of Ethan. But Daps and Tarek, they're the ones that step up in a crucial situation. The bomb is planted and Fnatic, they'll actually have maximum loss bonus, but they might need a timeout here, and indeed they will. They're the ones starting to drop off now as NRG close the margins. We saw a lot of rounds yesterday, Matt. Well over 100. Overtimes are plenty. I've got a feeling this one's getting there as well. NRG might arrive just in time to take us the full distance. I'll give him a round of applause. There you go.
Oh, no Dabs. This guy's my favorite. He's got a great future in front of him. He even said it himself.
CZs and Deagles, partial buy best for Fnatic here. Crims and Exist both hovering around 20 frags here. Exist especially very impressed with his showing here in Sydney as they'll go for the execution. Pretty standard stuff. We've all seen it before. Smokes all over the site. And the objective actually with going to be planted, but 3 of them got to be jumping out of the palace here. Presumably the CZ players would make sense, a lot more mobile and agile than the Desert Eagles.
JW in, sits at the firebox, but Ethan, he's already spotted one on that side. He can use triple to perfection. He already has an equal amount of kills as there are boxes in front of him, as JW will at least smoke CT bomb down. And he's only on 60 HP with 4 to find, and every shot he fires means a long reload on a pistol that is slow to do so as Cirque finds the kill on the op instead. It's back to just 2 rounds between them.
Yeah, this is looking good now. We've got a real good game building up just in time. Mirage was starting to fall apart for the North Americans. But now their CT side is looking very convincing. A few crucial clutches working in their favor. Ethan showing us why he's considered a world-class talent. So strong with the rifle, so confident, so precise. Round 23, I didn't think we'd get this far. And NRG need to hold on here. A couple more will tie things up, and then they have the advantage on the CT side. Slow round from Fnatic. They've been smoked out towards the top of middle. They can't go any further. And Cirque, he'll be guiding Tarek towards the end of the B apartments here. Could leave him there. JW has actually left B completely open to Tarek. We've seen him there many times before. Holding on the couch in the B apartments as they focus towards middle now, Fnatic that is. Cirque spots one. That's JW, doesn't connect the shot just yet. Flashbang comes through to push him off.
Run boost top mid for the AK. Exist reveals absolutely nothing, which he'll welcome. Cirque still watching out to see one will work in from the stairs or down in the courtyard position. Off watching it, but Breezy with the repeat. He'll find Twist instead. JW trades for Tarek. So we still sit 4 aside, but JW with 4 HP. That's 4 Harry Potters, Henry.
Back to Harry Potter. He's had a few shout-outs this week from you, Matt.
Man, look, I finally watched the movies, all right? I'm like a massive fan now. I'm gonna start writing my own fan fiction soon.
I don't want to read it. That sounds awful.
Actually, it's going to be really good, I promise.
Ethan will bring one back, and they've got the lead once again. It's JW that's tagged up. And Crims, he's going to have summon his inner Nico here. End of the palace, AK-47. And they'll make their strike towards the A site. Looking for the shots towards CT spawn. 8 seconds remaining. They're not planting just yet, but the smoke looks decent. I think they'll be able to get this down, no problem.
Is this the one to do it? Smoke was just barely decent. Breezy couldn't see it from far away. Oh, I think he could have. I think if he had a step wider, faster, he might have been able to spot him, at least retreating toward jungle. Crims, shadow again, but wants to get out from it. Exist catches out Breezy, and Crims does fantastic work. 2 from CT, and they've got a crossfire set up on the T side, on Fnatic's side. That might be to silence the entry. Sir gets the shot on the AWP and immediately grabs a rifle, needs to trade, but Exist is so far away. He's ready on the AK, and the man with the brain has the brawn as well. He leads the way on 23 in the 13th for Fnatic.
They've managed to bring it back out of nothing. It looked like NRG had that round under lock and key, but Fnatic finally break the streak after losing 5 rounds in a row. They do penetrate the A bomb site. You're absolutely right. It's a man with the plan. It closes it out. Cirque, and it looked like he had position on Exist, but it doesn't work out for him. 13-10. This is the semi-final we are looking for.
I will agree with the crowd. I made fun of them for passing primary, but that is more than Twitch chat has ever done, so I've got their back on this one. JW in the underpass. Breezy using the ledge on the corner. He can walk out, spot the boost toward the window without having to overstep if he's spotted from the boxes. Whether or not Breezy elects to do that, yet to be determined. And they're going to get JW in. Meanwhile, Ethan, he wants in. He wants inside of the enemy territory at A main. Smoke gone, he may think better of it. But he and Daps both have a very aggressive stance. Smoke fully covering connector. It's at the top. Not down below on the stairs where it leaves a gap. Check all the angles, Brolan. So window, JW's there. Ladder cleared by Brolan. 2 inside of apartments. JW can cut off rotations. B hit and Tarek and Breezy are going to be essentially completely alone.
It's quite tense now with 20 seconds remaining. Exist pushes the flames. Breezy boosting himself on the side. The crossfire looks absolutely solid here for NRG, but Brolan, he'll get the first, and now there's only 1 player remaining, trying to buy time desperately, hiding on the bomb site itself, running that clock down.
He's run that clock down and he's not died yet. Great protection kill from Crims. Cirque had made his way over, but they had already made their way past the balcony. But watch for Ethan. He's coming in on catwalk. No one's peeking it. They've actually got the boost, for Crims in the corner. It's not the self boost. He's the opposite side of where Breezy started to play. Twist will hit Daps in the shin.
I love this position from Crims. This could be everything, Matt. The 3 versus 2 is not a likely position in this sort of scenario.
This is where Twist shines as well, because he never overcommits to a peak. He's frustratingly patient, and the more patient he is, the further they have to get to Crims. Now he hits a stunning shot, and Daps is left with nothing to work for, no time, and back-to-back rounds for Fnatic.
That's more like it. They were absent for 5, but now starting to get back on their feet. Like I said, that boost on the bomb site, you normally see that as a CT position. It's very rare for the T's to get up there post-plant, and Crims calls for, and it's absolutely perfect. No one's looking at it. He manages to get the frag. Look at him go. Ethan just couldn't preempt that at all, and you're right. Twist really has shown us what he can do with the AWP this event. And Matt, I think they might have to eco here. This could be it. 14-10, they've taken the full eco. They've had to bite the bullet and allow Fnatic to get series points here. 3 push off towards shore, but JW this time with a gun in hand won't be called out. Crims, put your grenades away. Brolan with 2, and that's round.
Make it 3. He got an assist from Crims on 2 of them. Daps is down. Brolan with that kill as well. An ace for him against the eco. But a fitting position to put himself in on 21 again. He is certainly, as is pretty much everyone on Fnatic, exists very much as well. He's a candidate for the MVP because this final might be on for Fnatic. 1 round, that's all they need.
And here it comes, the final timeout potentially for NRG. They have got the cash. They took the full eco to bring them to this moment. 5 rounds in a row required. Tournament life on the line. They've done so well to get to the semi-finals. They cruised to this position when they've met Fnatic. It's been back and forth. They looked so flat on the first map. The second, it was quiet, but then they came to life. NRG have been struggling on Mirage, and it looks like Fnatic have done enough. But there is a buy there. There is a chance. 3 orgs available right now. They've got an AWP for Cirque, who currently sits on 9 kills and 22 deaths. They need him to turn into the monster he is if they're going to stand any chance. As what we enter what could be the absolute final rounds.
3 Augs. They still have their place. 4 for Ethan up close to the smoke, maybe gives him more confidence on the spray. They're very similar in that regard. I have no answer for JW, back 10-2. Cirque tries desperately to get the shot back through the smoke, but that leaves him in the open and vulnerable. 3 down and 2 to find. Make it just 1. JW with 4. It might be back-to-back aces. Brolin at the last one. JW wants to one-up him. And they want to send a message to Liquid. A best of 5, and Liquid seem to always come shy in finals. Fnatic, they want revenge for what happened. Oh my, they even go for the knife. Tarek runs in, he knows it's over. Broland closes it. They want revenge for Starladder, and it's Liquid they have to go through.
Another final for Fnatic. Hungry for trophies, but you're absolutely right. They've got their work cut out for them. A best of 5 waits tomorrow against one of the world's best team, Liquid. Not many teams out there can beat them. Fnatic on their day could give them a run for their money. They've been up and down this tournament, but they've really stuck the landing at the end of Mirage. They're a solid team. Exists especially, Matt. He has played out of his mind. A player that doesn't usually get a shout out for his fragging potential, and he has stunned the world with some of his plays. The clutches, it's been remarkable.
He's just been so good. I mean, you think back to the early parts of the game, the rush on B, he stays behind his smoke and finds 4 kills. They had no chance. Yeah. That was probably their best execution of the entire half. And after the long series last night, this one was a lot quicker. We're going to be quick and send it over to the desk. It's going to be Fnatic and Liquid tomorrow.